Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you're a returning watcher. I'm George, I'm the Good Lad Gamer, and today we're pulling Sacred Shards, and we are pulling Sacred Shards for the Summon Rush event for, I'm gonna call him Granyt. Right? Am I right in saying that? Do you trust in my pronunciations? Because I don't. I certainly do not trust in my pronunciations. But we're going to call him Granyt Doorkeep. Or maybe I'll just refer to him as Doorkeep, because I get these wrong often. I do get these wrong often. I'm not going to go through Granit's kit today on the video, unless we pull him randomly. I'm not going to go through his kit, but he is the fusion that's on at the moment. It's one of the funny ones where you need no, it's just an old school fusion. It's not a funny one at all, guys. Ignore that. It's just an old school fusion. We need to get the rares from all of the different events and tournaments. We fuse them into the epics, and then we fuse the epics into the legendary. But that's Granyt. And the way we're going to do that today is we're going to do the Summon Rush, and we are going to be pulling 13 Sacreds on each of my accounts. I'll show you guys in a minute, but we need 6,100 points to be able to get the epic. And I'm a little bit scared. In the last couple of real proper fusions, I've been a bit low on points, and I've had to play it a little bit safe. So I am going to go for the epic on this one. I'm going to make sure that I am guaranteed him in the long run. But I'll show you the tournament in a second, just before we get into pulling the shards. And as always, guys, if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I've currently got over 300 subscribers, which is an absolutely massive achievement. I'm really happy, and I'm really glad you guys enjoy my content and want to see more of it by subscribing. And the big milestone, the big thing that I'm going for now is 350 subscribers. Because, as I always say, with more subscribers, I know that I'm making content that people actually enjoy and want to see more of. So, let's get into pulling these shards. So, here we are. We're on the Galek account. I am going to go into the Summon Rush event. So, as you can see, for the rare, you need 3,500 points. I think that adds up to about 7 shards. And for the epic, we need 6,100 points. And normally the way the game lays out these fragments or fusions is that you don't need to go for the epic, but that will mean you have to do every other event. At the moment, I've been a bit strapped for time for doing stuff like that. So I am going to go for the epic today. I am going to guarantee that I can get Granyt, my mate Granyt. So that is the Summon Rush event, and to do so I need to pull 13 Sacred Shards, 500 points per Sacred Shard, so I'm going to pull 13 per account, and fingers crossed we get some legendaries out of it. That'll be pretty cool, I reckon. And as always, guys, if I pull a legendary, I will go through their kit with you guys, just to make sure that you're aware of what they do, where you might be able to use them in the game if you pull them as well. And in here, so we've already got Donnie, because Donnie was the last fusion fragment event. We got Freya here, who everyone took the mick out of me because I didn't know how good she was. I did pull her in one of my in a very recent video, and everyone was shocked that I didn't know how good she was. And I've tested that theory, actually, guys, I've tested that theory. And I beat her in arena. So yes, she is very good. Don't get me wrong, but she's not really got a place. She's good for an arena defense team. My arena team is speed and attack based, so I don't really have a place for arena defense team. But maybe if I got really into sort of arena and trying to climb through the ranks and trying to get into platinum, then I might be able to pull her in. But at the moment, I don't really have a place for her in my arena teams. I don't know much about the other two champions. This person is a reviver, and this person looks really cool. Admiral Black Tusk. He looks straight out of, if any of you played it, Dragon Age Origins. That's what he looks like. He's straight out of. It looks like they've written straight from that game. The armor set is exactly the same as the dwarves in that game. Well, not exactly the same, but very similar. Is he any good? He's alright. That's a bit wordy. I'm not going to read that. So we are going to go for this champion, Elva. Thank you, game. Thank you for saving me. Elva Autumnborn. Elva Autumnborn. I do have her on one of my accounts. I don't have her on the other. I don't know which one it is, but she's a bit, for me, she's a bit like a Duchess. You can never have enough Elvas. We're going to give her, and we're going to go for a Doom Priest. Doomkeeper? Who is that? Who's Doomkeeper? We're going to go for a Doom Priest as well. I've never pulled the ×10, or maybe I did in one of the videos recently, but it doesn't matter. So here we go. Shard number 1 on the Galek account, and it's a legendary. It's going to be a legendary shot out of the bat. It's an epic. Of course it is. Thank you, game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got a Torture Helm. We're going to move straight on. I have made exactly 13 room in my champion slots, so I am just going to keep pulling. I'm not going to keep track of how many champions I've pulled. We got Carlinia, but it's an epic and I don't care. So we're going to move straight on. I'm in quite a good mood today, guys, if you can't tell. Quite a good mood. Captain Tamila, another epic, moving straight on. I don't want to see epics. I don't want to see them. I want legendaries. Missionary. Moving on. Another epic. Excellent. Erinys. Whew. Right, keep going. Let's go, game. A legendary. Here we go. Hello, pony. So we've got an Osgrun the Defiler. And that is a cool looking champion. I like a dwarf, actually. Yeah, I do like a dwarf. I like how, I don't know the word for them, stocky, and their armor's always heavy armor. I like a dwarf, you know, they're cool, they're heavy, and they use axes. That's cool. This guy's got a sword, but it's not the same. What I'll do, guys, I'll make myself familiar with his kit, and then I'll be right back, and I'll go through it with you. Okay, Osgrun. He's an interesting boy. He's got a new buff on it that I am not familiar with, but I have just made myself familiar with. So we'll go for his kit and we'll get to the new buff. So on his A1, attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random active skill on the target by 2 turns. Also fills the target turn meter. Also fills the turn meter of all allies by 10%. I wondered how I was getting that wrong then. On his A2, has a 75% chance of removing all buffs from all allies. Decreases the turn meter of all enemies whose turn meter is equal or lower than 50% by 20%. If an enemy's turn meter is more than 50% full, decreases it to 50% instead. Has a 75% chance of placing a stuff debuff for 1 turn on enemies whose turn meter was reduced by 50%. Sure thing. He reduces the turn meter. On his A3, teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy. The allies joining the attack will use their default skill. Before attacking, places a 50% increased attack buff and a 7.5% shatter buff on all allies for 2 turns. Decreases the cooldowns of all allies' active skills except this champion by 1 turn if the target is killed. So Shatter's a new one for me. If you guys don't know what it is, it increases the ignore defense of that champion. So it increases the ignore defense by 7.5 on all allies. And there is a big boy and a small boy version. And this is the small boy version. But pretty cool. I didn't know it had been introduced into the game. I'm not going to lie, but here we are. We're moving on. Don't take the mick out of me. And on his passive, the passive skill, allies inflict 20% more damage against enemies under stun debuff. And the active skill, whenever an ally is killed, instantly activates the magics of Irith, which is that move, his A2 skill. Will not put this skill on cooldown. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate. So you can activate this for an extra decrease turn meter. Fair enough. And his aura increases all ally speed in arena battles by 28%. So that is Osgrun. And I don't really know what to say about him. He seems pretty good. He seems pretty cool, but I don't know if I have a place for him. Is that bad to say? Is that a bad thing to say? I guess you could use him as like an arena lead, but you really want someone to increase your turn meter rather than decrease enemy turn meter, because that could always be, that could be blocked, that could be, you know, whatever. And you need accuracy for it. Whereas if you're increasing your ally, you don't need the accuracy. He's all right. He's all right. Welcome to the team, buddy. And he is another dwarf, actually. And as I said, I like dwarfs. And yeah, all right. Osgrun, welcome to the team. And we're going to move on. Let's see if we can get another legendary out of this. I don't know how many Sacreds I've done, but I'm more than happy to have another legendary. We've got Faranox. After Osgrun, you're nothing. You're nothing to me if you're an epic, you know? You're just going in the bin. Well, you are going to be used in the account, but you're not going to be built, I'm afraid. Sachi. I don't know. Rune Keeper. Relic Coop. I'm getting all the names wrong today. Relic Keeper. Moving on. Doom Keeper? Relic Keeper? Who knows? I'm just making it up. And an Armina. Anyone else? Any more shards? Let's go. Another epics. That's sweet. And we got the Doom Priest. So we'll take that as a win, I guess. I think I've got a fully enhanced Doom Priest. But hey ho. We've still got more shards to go, baby. Another epic. I've completely lost track of how many we've done. A Vergis. An epic, sure. Oh my god, we're still going, guys. It's another epic. I shouldn't complain, should I? Putting Sacreds is like my favourite thing to do. Well, actually, Ancients are my favourite, but you know, it's meant to be the most rewarding one. And a Tyrell to end the Galek account. So if we did get one legendary out of it, I'll take that as a win. Absolutely, 100% I'll take that as a win. And then we'll go and check the Summon Rush. And I'll show you guys. There we go. We got the rare and the epic. So that's hopefully helping me guarantee Granyt. That's his name, Granyt. And what I'll do, guys, I'll go over to the Kale account and we'll do exactly the same over there. And we are on the Kale account. And we are going to do exactly the same selection for the times 10. And we are going to pull 13 Sacred Shards. And I do feel like when I was recording with the Galek account then, I was a bit fast, I was a bit loosey-goosey. And I didn't mean to come across like that. I just got a bit lost. I got a bit lost in how many Sacreds I was pulling. There were so many epics, I couldn't keep up. So we have, so I'll try and do better on this one. So we've got a Hoskrul. But he's an epic and he's even going to get fed or enhanced. So we're going to move straight on. A Hoskrul is welcome to the team. You are and the legendary straight up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got a Gurt Tuck. He was a free champion. I think it was a long time ago, but he was a free champion. What he's well known for is increasing the damage to his allies when he puts poison on them. But I'll go through his kit. I'll make sure I'm familiar with it, and then I'll go through it with you guys. And I'm pretty sure Gurt Tuck is pulled straight from World of Warcraft, right? I'm right in thinking that. He's the old bad guy of the orcs. I can't remember his name, but that is what he's based on, right? Right? I don't know. Anyway, on his A1, attacks one enemy 2 times, places a 15% continuous heal buff for 1 turn on all allies under poison. On his A2, removes all debuffs except poison debuffs from an ally, then heals them by 30% of their max HP and places a shield buff on the target equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns. On his A3, places 3 2.5% poison debuffs on all allies for 3 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted or blocked. Also has an 80% chance of placing a block buffs debuff on all allies for 2 turns. And then on his passive, allies under poison debuffs inflict 7.5% more damage for each poison debuff on them. Stacking up to a maximum 30%, this damage increase applies to all allies of their, this damage increases, this damage increase applies to all of their skills. Also increases ally resistance by 15 for each poison debuff on them. And then on his aura has a increase ally resistance in all battles by 50. I've never used him. Sorry about that. But, you know, if you're doing maximum damage runs or something like that, I know how Hades uses him as his maximum damage team. Then sure thing. But I've never found a reason to build him and use him. So sorry, Tuck. Welcome to the team. I expect he's a dupe at this point, but I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. But we're going to move on. First legendary, right? So we can get 2. That's what we're saying. That's what the game's telling me. We can get 2 legendaries. We've got Ambassador Lethalin. No, thank you. You're not a legendary, buddy, but welcome to the team. You will be used as some sort of resource. We got a Sanguinia. Thank you for your service. Yep. I don't want to see epics. Steel Skull. I don't want to see epics. Especially not ones. You're so outdated, man. You're so outdated. You're so done. Nogoroyo. No epics, thank you. I have nothing to say on them because I'm not going to use them. Armina, I'm not going to use you. So we're going to move straight on. I am pumping through these epics, but it's because I want to get to that legendary. I want to get to that legendary hit. You know? Balthus. Balthus to me looks like he should be a legendary. Like the skin, the shields. He's a very unique looking character. And for some reason he's an epic, and that makes me really sad. I would love him as a legendary, like a cool, tanky boy. You know, that would be really cool. Anyway, we're going to move straight on. Not straight on, because I paused on him for quite a while. We've got another epic. Phenax. Looked like he had a little Pokeball on his belt there. Did you see that? Anyone see that? Like a reverse Pokeball. And we got the Doom Priest, Doom Keeper, whatever you want to call her, doesn't matter. We got the Doom Priest, and again, welcome to the team. It's always nice to have you. I do use Doom Priest in both of my accounts' clan boss teams, so you know, if I have a chance to enhance her or do anything with her, then I will, just so she can do more damage and help in my unkillable teams. But we're moving on. Thank you very much, Doom Priest, for your service. I very much thank you. Faranox. Did we just get Faranox on the other account? And I didn't really say much about her. Cool looking skin. That's a cool looking skin, like an assassin with blades on her hands. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, moving on. If it's just for the skin, I'm not really that interested. I'm not going to keep her around just for her skin, you know what I mean? And we got another Doom Priest, so... Okay. And I reckon this is probably the last one. Irex. Durr. The Hungerer. What a champion to end it on. What I'll do, guys, I'll just go through the Summon Rush event just like I did on the Galek account, and I can show you guys that I did pull everything that I wanted to pull. So we got the rare, we got the epic, and I guess that is that. So that is it from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got some good luck in your shard pulls this weekend if you are pulling shards. If you've got any good champions, any game-changing champions, or any champions that you'd like to add to one of your teams, please do let me know in the comments. Let me know if you need any advice on any of them, and maybe I can give you a couple of hints or where I would use them in the game and how I would utilize them. And as always, guys, if you enjoy the content and want to see more of it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.